Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patricia WONSII if you don't know, and today I wanted to talk about something that I get asked quite often, and that's about my experiences traveling to over 30 plus countries. So if you don't know, if you don't follow me on social media, I used to live in South Korea from 2009 to 2014, and in that time I was able to travel a lot. I had a lot of vacation time. I was with a great school, so they liked me a lot, and they offered me a lot of great vacation time, and I was able to travel. In that time, I've traveled to places I've always dreamed of. I got a lot of countries off my bucket list, and I had a lot of great experiences. Now, every trip was not, a dream come true. A lot of that was due to my carelessness. I look back on a lot of trips and I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that was pretty stupid. But at the same time, I had a lot of trips that were just fantastic. And I want to just talk about some of the five places that I will not go again. Well, not so much that I would not go again, because some I still want to go again because I just needed more time in those places. But I won't go solo. Now, if you don't know me, I am a loner by heart. I like to be by myself. I like to go to the movies, travel, eat alone. I like to be alone for the most part. And some of my trips that I've traveled to, some of the best times that I've had was because I was by myself and I was able to meet other solo travelers, and you just get out there more, and you don't have to worry about, does this person like to do this, or that person like to do that, or where are you going to go eat, and things like that. So I do encourage traveling solo to pretty much a lot of places, anywhere. You have the best experiences traveling alone, but some of these places, it's best, in my opinion, to travel with someone. The countries and cities that are on my list, I'm not saying, that they're dangerous or anything, but from my experiences, either I felt some type of danger, or I just didn't feel comfortable, or I was just flat out bored. So number one on my list, I have a little paper of my list, Russia. So I want to say it was 2013 I went to Russia. Dream trip. I've always wanted to go to Russia since I was a little girl, and I finally made it there. Some of the things that I experienced were, just outright racism. I just felt uncomfortable, but one story I'm going to tell in a second, just takes the cake. While I was in Russia, I went to St. Petersburg. I went to Moscow, and there was one more city I can't remember, but I'll insert it in here. It was a rough trip. I'm sorry. The worst experience happened in St. Petersburg, and one evening I was coming from the ballet, and I was coming in the lobby of my hotel that I was staying at, and I saw three guys to the side, walking past the bar, and they all said hello to me. I'm like, hello, and they kept walking. I didn't pay any mind to it. I have tunnel vision. I don't really pay attention to the surroundings going on. And I know that's a horrible trait to have when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling alone. But that's something that I have to work on. But the three guys, they say hi, I said hi, kept walking, jumped on the elevator, and as soon as the doors were closing, one of the guys ran and put his arm in the door and got on the elevator with me. I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. Maybe he just forgot something, or maybe I don't know what was going on, but I didn't think twice about it. I pressed my button to my floor. He said, "Oh, same floor." I'm like, okay, coincidence, whatever. So we get to our floor, and he gets off first. And looking back on it, I noticed that he really didn't go in a direction. He just played like he was on his phone, walked out to the middle of the hallway, and didn't really go in any direction. So I'm not paying any mind. I go to my room. I'm putting in the key in the door, unlock, I get in the room, and I go to close the door, and as soon as I go to close it, he's there and he's pushing up against the door, trying to get in my room. I'm panicking, I'm like, oh my God, screaming and whatnot, and we're going at it. We're just, pushing against the door. Thankfully, this guy was not a big guy. He was a smaller in stature, but still, nonetheless, he's still a man. And we were going at it on the door. I finally got the door shut, locked, and he's steadily banging on the door. He's yelling out to me, open the door, friend. And he kept saying that, open the door, friend. I'm like, nah, you ain't no friend of mine. So I go and I call the front desk to try to have either security or somebody come up to get this man from my door. And as soon as I, spoke with the receptionist, I tell her what's going on, and I get, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, really? So I hung up. Thankfully, after I want to say about 5 minutes, he stopped banging and he left. And then I want to say about 20 to 30 minutes later, somebody from the front desk came up. 20 to 30 minutes later, he could have came in, did what he wanted to do or whatnot. I don't know what he planned on doing. But it was just, I just felt unsafe for that entire visit. The next stop, once I left St. Petersburg, we were, when I say we, I finally linked up with a tour group, but it was still, pretty much I was on my own as far as doing activities and things like that. But we stopped in this one city for a rest stop, and a group of individuals on another bus came out, and they saw me, and they saw, I think it was another darker, she wasn't black, she was like a mixed, some mixed South African, but she had darker skin, she was brown, and they start chanting white power. And it was just little things, as we were going throughout Russia that I saw that, it was just uncomfortable, that made me feel uncomfortable. And, I definitely want to go back, why do you want to go back? But I definitely want to go back because, Russia's a beautiful country. I wanted to see more of it, the history and whatnot, but definitely won't be going back alone. And even though I did get on with a tour group, it's still better to have somebody that you're linked up with, so that you can go out on adventures with that person. So yeah, Russia's on the top of the list. My second place that I will not be going pretty much again, I have no interest in going again, was Poland. It was just nothing there, and it was just pretty boring. I did end up meeting some friends from Czech Republic there, but it just wasn't a place that I wanted to go again, and a place that I definitely did not feel comfortable in. And it was mainly because of, racism. There was one instance where I was actually meeting with the two friends from Czech Republic, and we're sitting outside at a restaurant, and a lot of people assumed that the friends that I was meeting up with, a lot of people assumed that they were Russians, and so I don't know the relationship with Russia and Czech Republic, or Russia and Poland is, but they also got a lot of just harassment because of what they thought. But there was one instance where we were at a restaurant on a patio, and there was some guy, I believe he was drunk, that he just kept harassing us. You know, he kept on yelling at them, Russia no, Russia no. And then at me, he kept making sexual, explicit, you know, little things, and, you know, sticking out his tongue and, you know, trying to touch me. And it went on for about 10 minutes, you know. He would not leave us alone until this one Polish lady, she finally spoke up for us. And I don't know what she said, but, you know, he yelled at her for a quick second, and then he left. But throughout that Poland visit, we were just so uncomfortable. We kept getting a lot of dirty looks with my friends. They kept getting, you know, a lot of guys would like grab at them. It was just uncomfortable. So yeah, it was just not something that I want to put myself in that situation again. And really, it was not an interesting place to go, in my opinion. So yeah, Poland is off my list. I'm not going back there again. And if I do, it definitely, again, won't be alone. My third country that I won't go alone. I don't even know why I went here. I really don't. But it was offered in a packet that I was in one of the countries that I was touring. I was like, why not? But Belarus. I went to Minsk. I believe it's pronounced that way, but Belarus, and it was just to me a waste of time. It's pretty, well, the capital city was pretty. There was a lot of history, you know, they went over as far as wars and with Russia and whatnot. I just wasn't really paying attention to. But I did it's another area that I just didn't feel comfortable. I was, you know, walking through the streets of Minsk, and I just, I noticed that, you know, these teenage guys were following me, you know, they were laughing, and I'm looking back like, you know, try something, but, you know, I'm talking all big and bad, but, you know, I don't know what they're capable of, but it was a lot of, how do I say, I don't know what the issue is with the black people being in these areas, but I was solicited for prostitution. Like a lot of people thought I was a prostitute, and they were trying to come up to me to I don't know, get me to come with them, and it was uncomfortable. And then when they found out I spoke English, then they backed off. But it was just an uncomfortable situation, and plainly it's another boring stop anyway. So Belarus is not something that I would go again, just because I'm not interested in. But if you go, you know, just definitely take someone with you, or go with a group, and just make sure that you're safe there. My fourth place. And a lot of people are gonna be like, well, why? Bali. I went to Bali, and you know, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't enjoy it because that is a couple's destination. It is a couple's destination, or it's a group travel destination. So I was a little bitter there. So Bali is just on my list because it wasn't a lot of things for me to do as a solo traveler, and everybody was coupled up. So I felt some kind of way there, you know. I want to also say about Bali, know the prices before you get there. You know the average taxi ride. I was scammed a couple of times. You know, usually I'm good with, you know, researching a lot of stuff, but Bali was just a, you know, a random trip that I was in Cambodia, and I was like, well, I got a couple more weeks off. I can go somewhere, you know, I don't have to go back to Korea. Let me just book this trip real quick. And it was just a spur of the moment type trip. But I you know, it was, you know, some great things that I saw, but it's not for the solo single traveler. I mean, if you are single, it's fine, but it's not for, you know, just a solo travel. So if you're going to go with someone, or go with a group. You might have a little bit more fun. I wasn't feeling it. Last but not least, my fifth place that I won't travel again. I didn't go to this place solo, and I'm glad I didn't. But I didn't feel, you know, some places you just don't feel welcome, if you know what I mean. And Athens, Greece was one of those places. Maybe it was just the time that I went. It was, when did I go? I went back in 2011. They had a lot of strikes, and I don't know if it hasn't improved or whatnot. Don't care. But Greece was not welcoming. You know, this subtle racism. You know, we get on public transportation, and they clutch their bags a little tighter. They don't want you to, you know, you get that sense of them not wanting you to sit by them. It just wasn't a welcoming environment. My sister got her phone stolen there. And it just wasn't, I mean, it's one of those overhyped places that people just talk about. Oh, you need to go to Greece, you need to go to Greece. And it was just overhyped, and I was not impressed with it. So there's quite a few more places that I just wasn't impressed with. Maybe I'll make another video of places that are just overhyped. But these are the top 5 places that I won't go again. Either I will go, but you know, I just won't travel solo with again. But yeah, tell me what you think. You know, have you gone to any of these places that I listed? Did you have a great time? Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was. Did you like it? You know, so let me know in the comments below if you like these places, if you already went to them. And if it's on your list, you know, maybe let me know. Let me know. I don't know. In the comments below, let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you would want a list of my top favorite places that I've been to. Maybe some places that I was unimpressed by. And let me know in the comments below. And if you've ever went to these places, am I wrong? You know, did you have a great time? Let me know. It's always interesting to see, you know, how other people, you know, experience their trip. So let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you subscribe and like this video.